Welcome. We're going to be looking at solving these systems. I'm so glad you're here. Hopefully you'll get an idea of what to do by the time we're done. You get to choose which method. There are some of these that you could really kind of pick one or the other. I normally gravitate more towards the combination method just because it ends up being a little bit less work for me, but many of these you could pretty much do either way. So let's look at this one here. Here's an example that you could do either way, but it ends up being, I think, a little bit more work with substitution. So we're going to do combo together anyhow. And the reason I chose that is really if I just multiply everything through by a 2 here, I'm going to get something that the x's will cancel, which is really what I want. Just a positive 2, so that's positive 10, and then this is positive 34. So those guys cancel, yay. What? Those guys do too, and holy cow, those guys do too. Which means if this one completely cancels out this one, they were really the same line. So there's an infinite number of solutions. I kind of like this here. Kind of makes me think of the infinity sign. So helps me remember that too. Just another little trick for you. Let's look at this one here. This one too I really believe is easiest by combination. Because I look at these and I go, multiply by 2, I've got 8, they're going to cancel. I'm going to do the same thing here, multiply by 2. And do the same thing here, multiply by 2. I want to make sure I do them all before I do anything else so I don't forget. These guys will cancel. These guys will leave me with 6y. And then this over here is equal to 12. So y is equal to 2. So I've got my 2 here. Then I just need to plug it in. I'm going to plug it into the top. The reason I choose the top is because at least they're all positive. So it might make it a little bit easier. So I have 4x is equal to, what, 10 minus 18 is negative 8, and x is equal to negative 2. So that is my answer. And I can always just plug them in and check to make sure it works for both of them. Let's go ahead and look at one other one here. I like this guy too, because this also, it's like you always have to multiply by 2. No, you don't, but in this case it happens. This ends up being a 14 when I multiply by 2. A 4 when I multiply by 2, and a negative 6 when I multiply by 2. Those cancel, careful. This does not. That's equal to negative 12. Now 0 is not equal to negative 12. So what these must have been is these must have been parallel lines. And so, well, we use combination. And so we would have no solution of something where they go together.